Is Canada a rival of the US men's national team? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. And I'm a little surprised we're making this video, but I saw so much disagreement that Connor and I felt the need to jump on here and discuss in long form content. So if you guys like videos about CONCACAF, make sure you hit subscribe. Obviously, like the video and let us know your thoughts on this. Yes or no down below in the comments. And please say why. If you do not think this is a rivalry, explain. If you think this is a rivalry, explain.
Give us some evidence. I'm sick and tired of y'all hopping in here and just saying y'all dumb and then leaving. What? Like you don't even get hater of the week credit. Like come up with more.
That's a prestigious award too. Hater of the week.
Hater of the week. Frankly, with the way that y'all have been dropping the hater speech in the comments, it's been going to us. It's been going to us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like y'all need to take that more seriously. This is not the FA Cup. Okay,
No.
this is a big deal.
Yeah, Community Shield. What? No, this is large.
Yeah.
This is Europa League at least.
Well, I already know the top comment's going to be zero ball knowledge. Period. No context. But we're used to that by now. Before you answer this, Connor, I'm going to read you the definition according to Oxford Dictionary of what a rival is.
Oh,
Noun: a person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity. It's also a verb: be or seem equal or comparable to. That ain't my opinion. That's what Oxford told me. Now that I've gotten that out of the way, Connor, is the US and Canada a rivalry?
In the literal sense of the word, yes. But I think in the sporting world, there could be another definition, and it's something more extreme. It is a competition or an opponent that you bring specific vitriol or competition towards whenever you meet, right? It is sometimes your foil, sometimes it's your antagonist. It can be either very similar or very different. It is just a special opponent to you, right? And those can be, based off of historical results. Those can be based off of, I think the second definition you said, to be comparable to or competing for something very similar, i.e. a certain slot, right? Or a certain ranking. So
Or a trophy.
or a trophy. But here's my issue with that definition. Canada doesn't have any silverware. They don't.
It's true. Okay.
They don't.
Well,
and before we even get into
you're right.
our second definition here, or our second conversation here, USA can load manage all we freaking want. We dog walk these fools. How many wins do they have against us all time, Jack? Do you know?
12.
How many wins do we have against them?
20. It ain't that far, bro.
That's pretty damn far. In recent memory,
8 wins. Come on, bro.
Listen to me.
No. For how trash Canada have been historically, and the U.S. is not a world superpower, but you would expect. I was expecting, something like when I look at Japan versus Vietnam or something like that. But 20 wins for the U.S., 11 draws, 12 losses. In the last 5 alone, it's 2 wins for each side, 1 draw. I feel like even competitively, the fixture's a little closer than people think. Now, we don't really care what happened in the 70s. Those are just the numbers. All right.
I understand. Yeah.
Have an opinion if you want, but.
Correct. But if we're just looking at it from a statistical standpoint, yeah, you have to take those into account. My point is that we'll take a look at the Golden State Warriors. And yes, I know before you all massacre me in this analogy in the comments, the U.S. men's national team are nowhere near close to the Golden State Warriors in terms of, dominance or talent or what have you. They were they were without a doubt far and away the favorites every time they met the Cavs in the NBA playoffs, right? I would say that they're rivals in the way that the U.S. and Canada are rivals. Yes, there's not a large amount of history. Like nobody cares if the Cavs and the Warriors play each other now. You know what I'm saying? I think that
Okay.
Right now we are competing for a very similar slot, but historically we do not have that history, right? it's kind of the same argument that you have for England versus Argentina, right? I like it because there's a lot of history there. You're not really buying it because there's nothing happening contemporarily to draw that from, you know? Like
Correct.
you couldn't
There's
you
not the
couldn't really
volume of
say.
games for me.
No, but there's animosity there, right?
Correct.
I don't think the US and Canada hate each other, but
Mm,
we are
I
competing for
disagree.
top dog spot right now. I think the fans hate each other, but I don't think
I
I
no
don't
no no.
think
I
Bombito's gonna look
think
at Pulisic and be like, "Hell no." You know?
I think that's why, because I've found that most Canadian fans think it's a rivalry. US fans don't think it's a rivalry. I think
Eh,
they're more split 50-50. I think that's more denial that, like, there's a new this is Super Smash Bros. Brawl, a new foe has appeared, and it's
okay.
Canada. And I don't
And
I
we're
don't think the
and
US
we're
wants to
not ready to
acknowledge that.
buy into that. Okay. See, I would say
Correct.
that we're more preoccupied with Mexico because we care about Mexico. Canada haven't stamped themselves as relevant enough to, garner our publicity or our attention, the attention of our fans. I like the games, but I would say I'd take a win against Mexico over a win against Canada. It depends on the
Here's my thing.
circumstances, but
Do you believe new rivalries can be created? Because if the answer is
yes.
no, Canada's not a rival.
Yes, yes, 100%.
Okay, okay. Let us know in the comments if you agree. Can a new rivalry be established?
100%.
Right? Here's an example, a parallel I'll draw within the sport. Japan, Australia barely freaking played each other until Australia joined the AFC. At that point, it became a rivalry. Before then, it was just Australia dunking on OFC, and then occasionally they would play Japan. It has
Yeah.
become a rivalry. I don't remember when Australia joined. I want to say it was the 90s. So it's 30 years ago. It's not a long time ago. That's when it became a rivalry. I'm looking at Canada US now, and I kind of think it checks the boxes for a rivalry. I consider it a rivalry. And I think of any CONCACAF fixture in existence right now, it has the most amount of talent on the field at any given time. Doesn't mean
Yes.
the most. It will always be Mexico
Yeah.
US. But to say that this isn't a rivalry, I just dude, I'm listening to you, I'm seeing what the people are saying online. I still don't get it. I don't get how you can say it's not a rivalry. I know that Americans might not hate the Canadians, but I'm gonna throw this at you. Let me know in the comments. Is Ghana a rival of the United States? You consider
I
Ghana a rival?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, because most US fans would put them as like a top three rival. Spoiler alert, we're gonna give our top five at the end of this video. They think Ghana is one of those, three or four, whatever you want to call it.
Right around there, those spots, yeah.
Correct. There is no animosity in Ghana versus the United States. It's a competitive game. But if you're telling me right now in Ghana, there are people hating on the US, you're tripping. They're not
Yeah.
thinking about us at all. So that's where I'm like, hold on. You don't hate Canada, and that's why you think it's not a rivalry game. But the Ghanaians don't hate us. And y'all say it's a rivalry game.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I
I
mean,
understand.
give me some consistency. I just
Listen,
want consistency.
listen, and that's where it gets difficult because it's what,
Yeah.
the emotions have to be there for it to be a true rivalry in my opinion, like Cavs and the Celtics can't stand each other. Houston Texans, Dallas Cowboys can't stand each other, right?
Right.
The Astros, the Yankees, the Astros, the Dodgers, Dodgers, Yankees. It's like there has to be like one final cherry on top. And I would say, in my honest opinion, I think that Canada are burgeoning rivals. I think they are. They're coming. It's flowering, it's blooming, you know.
Okay.
But I would say we need a little more history, a little more animosity. If if Serginho Dest had gotten into a fight and gotten banned for a few games in a game against Canada, there we go. That's what
I
I'm
see
looking
what you're
for.
saying.
That's what I'm looking for.
We're lacking moments.
We're lacking moments, but I completely agree. They are our number one competition for the one spot here. right? And yeah, at any given time, could not have said it better. Just like you said it, at any given time that we play each other, it is the most talent that you will find on a field at one time in CONCACAF. Full stop.
Yes.
And that is
Yes.
beyond reproach right now, as far as I'm concerned.
100%. And that's my biggest issue with this. It's not a rivalry thing, is that there's definitely smoke coming from the north.
Yep.
Okay. And the whole like, I think sometimes rivalries are easier to define because of historical tension, and we don't really have a serious border between the US and Canada. You know, we're kind of like buddies. We consider them as like relatives, cousins almost. These mofos burnt down the White House at some point, bro. I mean, come on, dude. Does that not get you a little upset? Like, does that mean nothing to you people watching?
Hey, water
Where's
under
your
the bridge, man.
patriotism?
Hey, that went
Hey,
away
it's
the
just hey,
second we started importing that good maple syrup. I said, "Hey, let bygones be bygones."
hey, it's just the capital. I mean, it's not even that important. I mean, damn. Like, if you want something to cling on to, there it is. Goddamn Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. What do you need? What do you need? We're beefing in entertainment. They burnt down the Capitol. We invaded Quebec like 4 times. I mean, I know things are chill now, but they weren't always that way.
Yeah.
So I'm just putting that out there. If you need something, if you're American, you're like, Jack, I hear what you're saying, but I need a reason. There's your reason, bro. There's your reason. How about Canada winning and finishing top of the World Cup qualifying group in 2022? There's a football reason. How about Canada eliminating the US, albeit B teams for both countries at the
Yep.
Gold Cup? There's another footballing reason.
Okay.
Like there are reasons, and that's why I struggle to say it's not a rivalry. But for the sake of time, I want to ask you, and you've kind of already said this, but let's define it clearly. Please define in the comments. If Canada versus the United States is not a rivalry now, at what point does it become one? What are we waiting for? That's what I would like to know.
They got to beat us in a cup final. And then I will
Cup final.
hate them.
Okay. What if they beat us in the semifinals?
I could accept that. Again, it's circumstantial. I need context here. I need context
So
here.
we need
I need
they either need to beat us in 3 quarterfinals, 2 semifinals, or 1 cup finals, what you're saying.
Look, if Bombito slide tackles like Jedi Robinson's ankle, and then Weston McKinney got in there and they started scrapping, and then, Alistair Johnson, starts swinging, I'm here for it. Oh, rivalry all the way. Like the banners, we're burning down wherever their prime minister lives. I don't even know where that guy lives. What? The Maple Mansion. We're burning it down.
It better be called the Maple Mansion, or they're seriously missing on a good opportunity there. I mean, that's a branding disaster if it's not called the Maple Mansion. It also sounds like it's where Willy Wonka is, but yeah.
Yeah. Like a Candyland stop. Anyway, that's what I think I would need. I would need major. I would just need some drama. I need some intrigue. You got to make it sexy. If it's not sexy, it's not a rivalry that I want, right? Which, the Falkland Islands, hand of God, that's sexy to me. That's sexy to me. A lot of people, I don't know if they would necessarily consider Argentina-France rivals, but I do. I do. Because I need that intrigue. I need something else.
Yeah.
It's missing something, but in a talent-based, yes, they are our rivals. They are our biggest competition for the number 1 spot. If there's any team that I'm afraid of in CONCACAF, it's Canada, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Okay. So I asked the Deadball TV audience on Instagram, and if you guys want to participate in these polls, make sure you follow us. Link in the description. I said, are the U.S. men's national team and Canada rivals? 71% said yes. I think if you're getting almost 3/4 of the audience to say yes, I think you gotta. I don't know if I put up a similar poll. Let's say another universe, we have a massive Ghanaian following on Instagram, which we're seriously lacking. So if you are Ghanaian, hit subscribe.
Yeah, where you at?
And I said, are the U.S. men's national team and Ghana rivals? I'm gonna keep using that as the example. I don't think the Ghanaians would say yes. I think they'd be like, "What? No,
Yeah.
not. We don't even think about you guys. We hate Nigeria. That's it. Period. Done. We don't like Egypt either. But there's no like U.S. Maybe they cracks the top 10 for Ghana, just because of World Cup appearances, but
Yeah.
surely
It's
not.
more of
And I know
a case by case basis. Yeah. Ghana,
correct. It's not
they hate
apples to
them,
apples
and
completely, but
yeah.
it's similar.
It's them, it's Nigeria, and was it Uruguay? Were they the ones that
Yeah.
Uruguay knocked out? Yeah.
Oh, bro.
It's definitely
Oh,
them.
dude, that's a phenomenal comparison. Because the Ghanaians hate the Uruguayans. Nobody in Montevideo could point to Ghana on a map. None. None of them, dude. You and I met plenty of Uruguayos in Buenos Aires. I promise you, none of them know where Ghana is. They
No.
don't think about them. But
Yeah.
Uruguay lives rent free in Ghana's head. Yeah, that. I think that's very similar to like US Ghana rivalry. But this rivalry with Canada, in my opinion, just for the sake of time, I think it checks all the boxes. I consider this a rivalry. I think they're the best players. I think they actively dislike each other. Canada, to give you credit, they got to beat the US in the Nations League and win it. And I
I
think after
yeah.
that, can't say anything.
I need cause to be upset with them. I need intrigue. It's missing something. I have them on my rivals list, but